So, My Hero Academia Vigilantes' most recent chapter has been officially released, and let's just say that in this chapter, we will get the confirmation of whether or not number 6 or Knuckle Duster, or both, will die in this chapter, and we'll talk more about it right after this intro. Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy Manga, and I'm here to do my review of My Hero Academia Vigilantes Manga Chapter 112, titled The Old Timer, most likely referring to Knuckle Duster, who is relatively, I would say, around the same age as All Might. Go figure. But yes, we are going to be doing the review for My Hero Academia Vigilantes, and let's just say that when it comes to this chapter, I thought it was a good chapter of Vigilantes. Last chapter was amazing, but this is a really close second or third, because in this chapter, we get to see more of the fight between Knuckle Duster as well as number 6, as well as we get the final conclusion of their fight, which is actually very surprising. I didn't expect what was going to happen, but it was very obvious that this was going to be the conclusion. As well as we're going to see what happens after the fight between Knuckle Duster and number 6 has been concluded, and whether or not one, both, or neither of them die. So yeah, before we get more into it, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't done so, to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Vigilantes is coming to an end, and I'm going to be reviewing it until that moment. So if you want to see my reviews, as well as my thoughts on the series as a whole, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can be notified for whenever I upload my final review for it, because it seems as if it's coming to an end. And without the way, let's get right into the review. So, we start off the chapter with Knuckle Duster pressing a button on his switch, which actually doesn't set the bombs off, but sets the bombs to be primed. And in actuality, what Knuckle Duster is planning is not actually blowing up the building, because the last time he blew up the building, it actually collapsed. Me personally, I thought he was going to blow up the building in this big inferno, but he actually is kind of do that. Instead of blowing up the building, he's just going to set the building on fire, which will make sure that number 6 has no oxygen whatsoever to use overclock, which means that as long as Knuckle Duster's still around beating him up while they're both covered in flames, then number 6 is gonna die alongside Knuckle Duster. So Knuckle Duster is planning on, for the most part, committing suicide, as we get the title of the chapter, My Hero Academia Vigilantes episode 112, as you have Knuckle Duster who's still monologuing, saying that, yeah, when that moment happens, I'm just gonna stick around and just keep pummeling you in the face, as we hear blam going off as a gunshot, as we hear 2 more shots ring the sky, as you have number 6 that's like, oh my gosh, you won't shut up, ha, I shot you, what you gonna do about it now? As we see Knuckle Duster literally punch him in the face again, because yeah, Knuckle Duster is prepared. He knew that most likely number 6 would do something like this, so he prepared himself by having a bulletproof vest, and how he's going to detonate this bomb in 5 seconds, which, yes, the bulletproof vest did prevent 2 of the bullets from piercing through his body, except for the one that we literally see pierce through his body, through his chest. So yeah, he is injured, he's on the brink of death, but Knuckle Duster doesn't care, because he's about to end it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sets off the bombs, and nothing happens. Wait, what? So yeah, there was no explosion, no fire, no nothing, and it is revealed that, yeah, it's because Soga realized what Knuckle Duster was doing, that he had the suicidal plan in play, and how he just disarmed the bombs, and how he basically told him that the plan that they have is going to make sure that everyone that they care about comes out of it alive, so that Knuckle Duster should probably not kick the bucket and just watch, as he calls him Old Timer, hence referencing the name of the chapter. So yeah, it kind of makes sense that Soga knew that Knuckle Duster would probably pull something like this. We as the readers most likely knew Knuckle Duster was going to get involved the moment that we saw that his literal brass knuckles had disappeared, but it just makes sense that Soga would also know what Knuckle Duster is planning, because he's sort of kind of trained under him. Soga has basically become the next Knuckle Duster in a way, so it makes sense that he would know what he was planning and find a way against it. But unfortunately, number 6 takes advantage of this fact. He's like, Oh, wow. You failed miserably, Master. I mean, there were so many chances that you could have killed me, but hey, it's fine. I'm gonna kill you all the same. As he also begins talking to Soga, it's like, oh, by the way, Soga, I think I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that I'm weak. You could probably take me out. I probably can't speed away. Kill me, shoot me in the head, you'll be fine. But there's one thing that's different between you and I, as well as this old timer. You won't be able to pull the trigger because you're afraid to kill me, but I'm not afraid to kill you. And once I take a breath, I will be able to kill you in less than a second. So come on, take the shot. As he stands there with his hands extended, his body forward, knowing that Soga is not gonna take the shot and that he's about to kill them all. But lo and behold, Koichi comes to the rescue, tackles number 6 off the building, and uses his quirk to ricochet him up in the air as you have him thinking to himself, up in the air. There's one thing that this guy can't do, and it's that he can't fly. So, and then we get a double page spread of Koichi literally rocketing himself out of the city, out of the neighborhood, as he says that I'm gonna drag him out of the neighborhood myself. Which, you know, also makes sense in context because last time we saw Soga, we saw Koichi. So it makes sense that Soga sort of kind of knew that he couldn't shoot and kill number 6. It's just not in him. Unlike with Knuckle Duster, who is very willing to kill someone, but he's too old to actually do it. So it is later revealed in the next page after that double page spread that Soga kind of like prepared this. Instead of just thinking with his fist, he thought with his head and planned to be the distraction for Koichi to come in and rocket number 6 out of the way. And at this moment, you just have Soga looking at this old man is like, yo, are you okay? You're bleeding a lot. Yeah, we should probably go to the hospital. As you have Knuckles like, nah, I'm fine. It didn't really hurt that much. As you have Soga's like, no, just listen. You're not going to die on us. Like, you put your faith in us. So we're going to make sure that we all go home together. And especially at your age, yeah, there's no way that you can really keep up. So sit back and watch, because all we can really do now as we get to the final parts of this chapter, you just have Soga saying, all we have to do now is put our trust in Koichi to take care of business. As we get the last 2 pages of this chapter, where we get to see number 6 just still hating Koichi with all of his might, as he once again sets off a big explosion in the sky, most likely trying to kill Koichi and failing. So yeah, that's pretty much this entire chapter, and overall this is a little bit shorter of a chapter because a lot of what was done is just preparing for the final fight between Koichi and number 6. So yeah, unfortunately this may be the last time that we get to see Knuckle Duster fighting off against number 6, which makes sense because from what we've been seeing, Koichi is the main character of this manga. So it makes sense that he will be the one to take down number 6, as well as showing that number 6 has taken on like the physical appearance of Koichi a lot of the time. It just makes sense for Koichi to be the one to finally finish off number 6. So the real question is going to be, will Koichi have the resolve to actually put down number 6? Will he find a way to incapacitate him, imprison him, or will he have to go down that path that no hero should ever really go down and finish the job permanently by putting his, and I hate to say that I'm saying this, put a shooty go blam right through number 6's head? And in reality, I don't know if he is capable of. If Soga was unable to pull the trigger, and we know Koichi is literally and physically unable to use his shooty go blam on a living person, then it's very likely that Koichi will have to find another way to take down number 6, and that may take another few chapters. Heck, it may be wrapped up within the next 2 chapters. We just don't know. All we know is that Koichi is going to find a way to hopefully take down number 6 one way or another, and is going to end this fight as the winner and unfortunately no longer being a hero. Which that could entail that he could actually take number 6's life, which is something that a hero should never do, but something a vigilante could definitely do. So yeah, Overall, really enjoyed this chapter. Just really enjoyed the small strategies that we saw with Knuckle Duster as well as Soga, baiting number 6 into eventually being led away from the city, led out of the city by Koichi, and having Koichi once again being in a fight with number 6 and hopefully being able to finally finish it once and for all. However it may be, I am not sure, but that's something that you can talk about in the comments down below. How do you think Koichi will be able to take out number 6? Through violence, through negotiation, or through some type of entrapment, or maybe some other fourth way? Leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified for whenever I upload more content like this. So yeah, do all that cool jazz, and hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next video. Goodbye!